Hello.
Oh, hi Nick, I'm just getting your call from the Crime and Corruption Commission. Do you have a second to talk?
Yes.
Excellent. I was just following up in relation to your phone call back in January where you mentioned you may wish to make a complaint about corruption for the Queensland Police Service and that you may be thinking about completing a complaint online.
I've done many complaints over the years, and what happens with those complaints? Absolutely nothing. You guys absolutely whitewash everything to cover everything up. It's absolutely disgusting. I've rang up Crime Stoppers. I've rang up the federal police because there is no such thing as federal police. We have Commonwealth police, not federal police. And if you do a bit of homework, you will find that you actually have no crown and constitutional authority to be doing anything. And I suggest that every Australian starts researching what these criminal so-called political parties have done to our primary law in this country, because they've committed treason, and anyone that's pushing their treason is committing treason at the same time. Now the people in this country are starting to wake up to see what these politicians have done to our country and our law, and everyone that's pushing the treason will be held accountable in times to come.
Okay.
It's absolutely disgusting. There is a referendum from the Queensland Constitutional Commission of 1988 that states that we need a referendum for the Queen of Australia. Now, the Queen of Australia was created in 1973 under Gough Whitlam, and they've been using Queen of Australia since 1973. And in 1988, they tell us that they needed a referendum and still need that referendum to recognise the Queen of Australia. Now, up here in Queensland, these criminals, they created their own public seal of the state in 1991. It started out as a blurry copy of our original public functionary seal, and now they've created it and called it in 1997 in Statute Miscellaneous Provisions Act number 81 of 1997. That is where they finalised their public seal of the state. So we have no separation of powers now. Everything is controlled by the political parties. Now there's a channel called Exposing the Great Australian Government that I suggest that every Australian gets on and has a look at, because it's using official government paperwork to show the people what these criminals have done behind our backs. Now they have committed crimes, and nobody wants to follow through with holding these people accountable. So I ask you, seeing as though you're in the position of a Crime and Corruption Commission, I ask you to look into this and do a little bit of research.
Okay, so did you want to lodge a formal complaint and outline the individual particulars of what you have concerns with?
Well, you can put down the formal complaint if you like, and you can put down this YouTube channel, which is on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and BitChute, Instagram, Twitter. There is another one. I can't remember what the other one is, but that's all the evidence that all these criminals have committed, all these crimes. If it was me or someone else that committed the crime, they would have the book thrown at them. But because these so-called political parties are the so-called elite subjects of this country, well, they're allowed to do whatever they like to do.
So do you have specific instances? Is this about the Queensland Police Service or government as a whole?
Oh, it's the whole lot. The police have no constitutional authority whatsoever. None. So when police actually arrest you now, it's not called arrest, it's called kidnapping, because there is no Crown and constitutional authority. I'm very disgusted in the state of this country, and that because I got injured I started reading things, and yeah, it took a lot of rabbit holes that ended up going nowhere. But you've got to go down that process to be able to figure out which is right and which is wrong. It's actually sickening. The amount of corruption in this country is absolutely criminal. Now, the Queensland Police, we've had 8 or 9 assaults to my family since we've been here in Queensland. And the last time I went to the cop shop here in Gympie, the smart ass that was behind the counter, which is a sergeant at that time, he wasn't a sergeant when I first started going in there, but I've got screenshots of a conversation where this bloke's telling me that he works for a what's that word, Nick? Where Daniel Fraser said he works for? Like a computer company. And he's got cyber security, and he's got 5 people working under him, and he's gonna, excuse my French, he's gonna fuck with my bank accounts, my Centrelink, and what was the other one? Something else. And this copper here in Gympie just said, no, it's only 2 people swearing at each other.
I don't really think it's in the politics.
Thank you. Give me the paperwork.
You've got 2 people.
Give me the paperwork. Pass me the paperwork, please. You're finished. Give me the paperwork.
Have a good day.
Thank you. And next time I'm in here, I want your warrant card. And I bet you don't even know what a warrant card is, do you? You're nothing but a fucking political party mercenary. Suck me off. Go for your hardest. Go your hardest. I couldn't give a shit about you fucks.
Oh.
Now,
So the police officer was saying that at the station?
No, this is the police officer said to me, it's only 2 people swearing at each other. He made his own assumptions. He didn't want to read the facts, he just wanted to make his own assumptions. So in the end, excuse how I'm going to put this, but this is exactly what I said to him. I said, all you police are nothing but fucking political party mercenaries. Yous aren't impartial to the truth or the facts. So I turned around, I started walking out, and he turns around, he threatened me. He said, if you come in here swearing, I'll have you done for public nuisance or something.
Yeah, what we do for you, I've got 5 minutes before I've got to be in another meeting.
That's an affidavit that I wrote up, and I've sent to every single one of these people that have been named on this document. There's been 8 assaults, threats, crimes committed against myself and my family since we've been living here in the state of Queensland.
Right.
We come from Victoria.
What's your tattoo say?
Infidel.
Well, you Muslim, are you?
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't believe in any religion.
Right.
Now,
Cool, other things.
and Ford.
I'm a Holland man, so you fucking lost me.
I used to work for Holden. I used to build the motors down in Port Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
And I turned around and I said, suck me off. Go your hardest. Right. Then I walked out to my car where my wife was sitting. This is all on video, mind you, and it's all going to go up. I'm over him. I've really had a gutful. I get out to the car, and he comes running out with 2 of his little boyfriends, thinking he's gonna be a real hero. And I'm already in the car, and he's going behind the car, and he's getting me rego, and he's being a real smart ass. And I said, your poor little ego just got hurt, didn't it? And he turns around and starts walking away, and then he turns back and he goes, you come into the station again swearing, I will arrest you. Well, that's another threat, right? Who do we have in this country that is honourable and truthful? I'm absolutely gutted in society today. Absolutely gutted. I've done nothing wrong. Like this first happened, my first incident with the pigs down in Victoria was when we were held up with a handgun on the 1st of November 1991. 1996, sorry.
You were held up with a handgun?
I was held up with a handgun, and because one of the local pigs down in Bacchus Marsh was sleeping with this particular person that pulled the handgun on us, it all gets covered up. It broke the intervention order 8 times. And the only time that it stopped is because I rang up J Division, which was the head of Bacchus Marsh, which is Laverton, or was Laverton back then, that was in charge of Bacchus Marsh. And I said to them straight out, I said, the next time it comes here, you make sure you bring yourself a fucking shovel, because you're going to need it to scrape it up off the fucking road when you get here. Oh, that's a threat. You take it how you want to take it, mate. I said, because if it comes back, it still will be here when you get here. Now, after that, it all disappeared, because they knew they'd pushed me to the point where I was going to retaliate. Now, I am absolutely gobsmacked at the state of this country. We own nothing. We make nothing.
And they'll only do something if it's worth money for them.
That's right. Yes.
They only go to court if it's worth money.
It's real sickening. Like, I'm speechless. I am really speechless. But I suggest that you go and have a look at this Exposing the Great Australian Government website on YouTube or channel, and watch a few of the videos. The last 3 videos are the real bangers. It shows you how they've got rid of your land anymore. They own it. All the proof is there in the pudding.
And how Peter Beattie committed.
Oh yeah, and our beautiful, lovely Peter Beattie. He even tells us in black and white that they will countersign the commission of the governor when it comes back to Australia from the UK authorities.
Okay.
This is all in black and white. This is their documentation.
And it states that they go to treason.
Like, I've got nothing to hide. I live on truth and facts. And if they want to send somebody around to my house like they already did, they come and we've got a slug gun because we shoot the rats, because we've got chooks and guinea fowl and stuff who are on 5 acres. And I've got to get a shooter's license to have a slug gun. Air rifle. Like, common sense. Where is common sense in this world now? There is none. It's classed as rare sense, because if you've got common sense, you're with the zombies. You don't know what's going on in the world. Like, they've given us all $4.80 as a financial relief in Australia. $4.80, but they send $700 million over to the Ukraine and give us 12 million.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Nothing in this country makes sense, because they are all criminals. There is no such thing as a political party in our primary law, the supreme law of the land. Do you even know what the supreme law of the land is?
No.
No. It's the supreme law of the land is the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1901 as proclaimed and gazetted under the Royal Coat of Arms, not the Australian Constitution that they have copyrighted. So will all this be used as a formal complaint?
Well, what we need in order to action something would be, we can't go on and look at YouTube channels. I guess it's very specific.
So why do police use the YouTube channels as evidence then?
That I cannot answer.
Well, isn't that what's the word that I'm looking for that, where they can pick and choose what they play? Double standards, yes, that's the one.
Yeah. But if you did want to make a specific complaint in relation to how the police did treat you when you went into their office...
But what's it gonna prove? Because you're all running under the same seal, the public seal of the state. So it's like me giving myself a reprimand because I said the wrong thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Police can't investigate police because they all cover themselves up. I've got 3 full folders just on the gun incident alone from 1996.
Okay.
Now,
From Victoria.
From Victoria. And when I came up here, my old man said to me, he goes, just forget about the gun incident, just get on with life. So we done that. But then the assault started happening. My son was king hit twice and knocked out for over 15, 20 minutes. The school didn't ring the cops. His girlfriend rang the cops, and then his girlfriend rang the ambulance, and then his girlfriend rang us. And we were 5 minutes from the school when the school rang us.
Oh.
And this so-called education minister, Grace, couldn't give a rat's ass about my son being king hit and knocked out and having a fit on the ground. So when is justice going to be served? That's my question. When is justice going to be served?
Well, it's profitable to them.
I'm not in it for profit.
No,
I don't want
the profit. They want the profit.
I know they want the profit, but it's got nothing to do with profit. It's all about justice. And I've asked for nothing else but justice, to be treated the same as everyone else. But no, they can't.
So did the school investigate?
No, the school
Being hit?
the school suspended my son for 2 weeks.
And said he deserved it.
And he said he deserved it, and that's all on video from the principal. And the principal turns out that he's a pedophile. He was sharing underage pornographic pictures, and one of the teachers got the SADs and dobbed him in. This is on the Gympie Times. You can look all this up. One of the teachers dobbed him in, and it went on the Gympie Times. So me being me, I wrote to the education minister again, Grace. She couldn't give a rat's ass. Oh, we've reprimanded him in-house. But he's still got a job there. He's not the principal, but he's just under the principal now.
Oh.
Like, how sick can we get? Seriously? What is wrong with this country?
What's wrong with the human race?
It's... I don't know, but I'm writing a book anyway. It won't be published as an actual book. It'll just be published as a PDF file that'll be spread around to every social media site I can possibly find. And excuse the way I'm going to put it, but it's going to be called How a Little Country Boy Gets Fucked in the Arse.
That's a good title.
Well, I've had enough. I got the sack when I was working at Vinidex because I refused to drive an unroadworthy truck that was missing 90% of the bolts holding the tray onto the chassis. Now, I got the sack because I refused to drive it.
Oh.
What did the government do? Nothing. What did WorkSafe do? Nothing. What did the unions do? Nothing. Vic Roads? Nothing. What is going on? I need an answer. I'm lost. I got no idea what sort of society we're living in. Like, we're supposed to be all accountable for our own actions. Not just go willy-nilly and do what we like. We've got to think of other people.
Yeah.
But we've got these tyrants and criminals and pedophiles that are running our country. And we're supposed to be happy with that? I'm not. And I know majority of the population's not. There's a thing called a national strike happening at the present time where the whole country will eventually be on strike to get rid of this government.
Okay.
And you can look that up. It's common knowledge. It's out there. It's the whole country is that angry that the politicians, these purported politicians, now you know what purported means. I'm hoping.
Yep.
Well, that's what they are. They're purported politicians because they don't have any crown and constitutional authority whatsoever. Especially when they brought in their Australia Acts in 1985 via Bob Hawke, that changed the status of the Commonwealth of Australia over to a sovereign, independent and federal nation in a geographical sense without a referendum of the people. Now, I'm really... I'm gutted. I've had to learn all this political jargon just so as I can understand it. And the more I read, and it's all official government, all official Australian government paperwork, and if more people would see what these maggots have done to us, they won't still be there tomorrow. because there's a lot more. There's a lot of angry people out there, and the information, the videos are getting around. We've nearly got 5,000 views on one of the videos, and that's only on our site, but they've downloaded it and shared it to other media sites at the same time, so we don't get the numbers.
Yeah.
But we want our country back. We want our freedoms back. Under our primary law, well, here we go. The primary law of this country, the supreme law of the land, it does not take our rights away, and it does not give us any rights. What it does, and what it was for, was to hold these politicians, the government and parliament, so they can't turn into tyrannical scum. But they have usurped the Constitution, the primary law of the land, and created their own laws. There was one stage that they were running 2 sets of books. Now we've got all that proof too.
Okay.
It's mind-blowing. Every day because I'm being educated by a gentleman that's done all the homework, and I checked it all out when I first got in touch with him, because I don't like sharing information that's misleading and misinformation and misleading and whatever else. And I'm being educated every single day on extra little pieces. Like, we've put a video up there to show the people how they've taken the Governor General with their public seal of the state.
Okay.
They're not allowed to do it. They have to ask the people. The people are the authority of this country, not the parliament, not the government. And our constitution, our primary law, is only 22 pages long. And how many people have read it? Not many. Because these criminals took it out of our schooling, so the people forget about it. We've got more rights than the Americans do, because our constitution, our primary law, was made up from constitutions from all over the planet, and it's the best constitution on the face of the earth. But because these criminals have usurped it and changed the definitions, they've made themselves, like, they've removed the word crown and replaced it with the word state. So the state is now the crown. Now, they also removed treason out of the Crimes Act. Why would they do that?
Specific part of it was where they go to jail for doing
I know why they've done it. And our last video proves exactly why they've done it. And it only goes for 2 minutes, I think, the video. It's absolute. Oh no, that's Pinocchio 3.
They took the section where they replacing overlapping seals out, because that's imprisonment for life.
Yeah,
to do that. And
that's
they did
right.
it. They're still doing it.
Like, all we need to do is start reading. All the evidence is there. It's really sickening. When you really get into the nitty-gritties of it, you can see how deceitful and low these politicians really are. Every single one of them. They're all deceiving the people. Every one of them. They're not honourable. There's nothing honourable about any of them. People need to see. And that's my life's ambition now, is to make sure people see exactly what these scumbags have done to us behind our backs. No. We want government. We want parliament. Because I know how stupid people really are. We just want our rightful government and our rightful parliament. What we are entitled to. What we were given in 1901 at Federation. That's all. Nothing else. And a bit of justice. Because all these pricks that have committed crimes of treason and deceit, they all need to be held accountable. So hopefully this conversation's recorded and it can be utilised, because it's something has to happen, and unfortunately, the way the direction of it's heading, it's looking like we're going to have a civil war. And I don't want a civil war, because we're going to lose too many souls and too much of our infrastructure. We've never had a war on this soil, and we don't want a war. You've only got to have a look at all the other countries around the world that have had world wars on their land and revolutions and all the rest of it. We don't want any of that shit. We can't afford to, because there's going to be too many souls taken, and they're innocent souls.
Yeah.
But it is what it is at the moment. But yeah. But yeah, I'd be happy if they put a formal complaint in, but I know nothing's going to happen, because I rang up Crime Stoppers, like I said earlier, about the Queen of Australia, and nothing's happened with that. And I've also rang up Crime Stoppers regarding the public seal of the state. Still, again, nothing's happened. That's been now over 8 months.
Yeah.
Like, all the proof is there. Everybody's just in it for the money. And there was no referendum to change us over from the pound, shilling and pence in 1965 to the Australian. No referendum whatsoever. So all money outside of our constitution is nothing but fiat dollars. It's got backed by nothing. Even the High Court, which is their High Court because they changed it in 1979, the High Court, their High Court, even says the same thing. So everyone's breaking laws, but nobody's being held accountable. And I want to know why.
Money.
Oh, I know it's for money.
Money,
but
money.
I want to know why. I want a written explanation. Because they think they can control people. Well, I'm sorry. Some of us out here are free thinkers. We don't like being controlled like a little slave. And our primary law, the supreme law of the land, backs everything up that I'm saying. Well, I'll go back to the internet, and because I'm at the present time, I'm sending every single media outlet in Australia all these videos.
Yeah, okay.
And they will be held accountable, because they will all go up on the video. If they don't do something about it, well, it means they're not honourable or trustworthy. So they shouldn't be in the position of being a journalist.
Okay. Well, I hope that goes well for you.
Yeah, it won't. We know it won't, because we know everybody's corrupt. They all want the dollar. But it will come. It will come to the point where, because we can see it with the numbers already, how the whole country's turning, especially with this national strike. And that's not ours, but yeah, we've definitely signed up to it.
Yeah, okay. When's the national strike supposed to occur?
It's already started.
It's already started, okay.
Already started. Yep, the numbers are growing every day. Each day you can get on I think it's nationalstrike.org, I think it is.
Yeah, it's nationalstrike.org.
Oh, where are we? And how these morons keep calling everybody sovereign citizens. You know that's a term made up by government, because you can't be a sovereign and a citizen at the same time. Because under our primary law, we are sovereign and supreme. The power rests with the people. This can all this can be backed up via the facts. I'm just trying to find I'm sure I screenshotted it, because it's going on our back window. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. No.
Nationalstrike.org.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just nationalstrike.org. Yeah, I can't find it. Thought I did, but I mustn't. Anything else is in here? No. But that's where we stand at the moment. unfortunately.
nationalstrikeaustralia.org.
There you go, nationalstrikeaustralia.org.
StrikeAustralia.org. Alright. Alright, well thanks for your time this morning.
No worries at all. Hopefully I get some visitors from the cops or some SWAT or something.
Oh God. We're not going to send SWAT on you.
Oh, well, from the videos we've put online, the last 3 especially, I'm amazed that I haven't had Black Hawk helicopters hovering above my house.
Oh, that's just stupid.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're pretty controversial videos. They're not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
Okay.
So all is good.
Alright.
Thank you very kindly.
Thank you for your time.
No worries. Cheers.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. So I can still look anything up.